What's up guys, it's Dono. So I got a question that was basically asking about using the same words to rhyme with themselves in rap. I think I got this question right, but basically I interpret it as rhyming the same word with itself within your lines and kind of how you can do that and what it means. So I think what he means is something like this. Divert attention away from the lost souls. Without control, you forget they've also got souls. While those two lines technically rhyme, using the same word can come off really lazy and unskilled, and it's really easy to get called out for it. So if you're gonna end up rhyming with the same word, you're gonna wanna use something a little bit more clever. I always advise you write how you want, but most people are going to want something that sounds a little bit better. And the best way to do this is through intentional use of repetition instead of just rhyming that same N word with itself once. So you're going to most often see rhyme repetition in the chorus. This is a really great place to have repetition stand out because it makes your chorus a little bit easier to remember. And even though it can be repetitive, it can also drive the message home. So here's an example of something you might see. I lost her eye, but she used to be mine. I lost her eye, but she used to be mine. I lost her eye, but she used to be mine. Now I wonder why, while I wish she was still mine. Now that might be a little bit too heavy on the nose to really be that engaging, but in a chorus is more likely where you're going to see something like this in a way that actually works. Now, like I just showed you, you still need to be mindful because if you go too heavy with exact repetition, it can easily become really boring. But it's also a good place that you can actually use repetition in a way that sounds good. Now, another way that you'll see repetition pretty frequently used in a way that also sounds pretty good is by ending every line with the same word, but having the word before it rhyme. This is one way that you can get that repetition but still have the rhyme. Even though it doesn't come right at the end, it comes close enough that it still sounds pretty good. Let me give you an example.
You ain't the one who's about to win, boy. I'll leave your bones without the skin, boy. You don't know where I even been, boy. You ain't the top, so don't add no spin, boy.
So here what we've got is just this set of lines where you're using a lot of repetition and rhyming at the end, but you're also using the same word for the very end. This is a really common occurrence where you'll see people rhyming with the same line. One thing to keep in mind is that you will want to make sure that the word before rhymes so that you can maintain this pattern. Otherwise, it might come off a little bit, unstructured and just random. One other way you might see people who end up rhyming using the same words at the end is if they're trying to make some kind of wordplay pop out. While in a lot of cases it's technically not the same words and it might be a homophone instead, you're gonna see that doing this can make wordplay stand out a lot more because there's a lot more focus brought into the double meaning. Let me give you a quick example.
Gotta pick myself up cause I fall quick. Summer season changes turn to fall quick.
While the use of fall has a different definition in both lines, the pronunciation is exactly the same, so it comes off sounding exactly the same. So that's another way that you can use repetition using the same rhymes without it coming across super basic. So hopefully that gives you some ideas for how to use, the same word to rhyme with itself if that's something you want to do without coming across, lazy or unskilled. That's all I've got for this video. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, topics you want me to cover, throw them down in the box below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. Beyond that, I've got a full 30-day rap course. I'll have a link to that down below. And I've got a website, rapbetter.com, where you can get some more resources. That's all I've got, and I'll see you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the videos. And if you have any questions, comments, or topics you want me to cover, leave them down in the box below and I'll get to them as soon as possible. See you next time.